Do you hate puppies? No. Bzz. Yes. I love how he changes every answer. As soon as it buzzes, he's like, oh, well, okay, I guess I need to change my answer. So, I had typed this, but then I realized since we're doing two different Desmos, I kind of want to do one and then check homework and then do the other. So in Desmos on your student homepage, you are looking for an activity called polygraph lines. 721. Because today's lesson is 721. Here's the deal.
That was amazing, Mr.
A polygraph is a lie detector machine. Hopefully you never have to be hooked up to one unless it's by choice. Like if you become a police officer, they hook you up to a lie detector machine. But in this activity, we're practicing asking yes or no questions because that's how lie detector machines best work. They ask you yes or no questions because it's not, it's like harder to lie, right? When the answer is just a yes or a no. Gust? Just pick your avatar. It does not matter.
But none of these are special to me.
Gust? Would you like to just do the lame-o lesson that is not the Desmos?
Is someone actually typing or is that AI?
This is an AI.
This is an AI, but the real one.
Hey! Will Smith dies at the end of the movie. Thank you, spoiler. Yeah, the first one you're practicing with an AI, then you will be playing with each other.
Are we allowed to lie?
No, you are not allowed to lie. It will ruin the activity, and I will just kick you off, and you can do your own thing.
Wait a minute. What's our code?
There is no code. You should not need a code. You should be on desmos.com and click on Go to Student Homepage. Or click on Login with Google, and then click on Go to Student Homepage.
How do you go back?
My brother's
Say
over
is your
Frank
character
Cox.
I accidentally pressed no. Next. I think I'm at
The game, guess who?
Wait, Mr. Hudson. Whoa, look at that. Mr. Hudson.
Do you want to know who you're playing against?
Yes.
All right, make sure that it does not turn into yelling across the room. You are only communicating with that person through the Desmos, all right? You're only communicating through the Desmos as you immediately yell across the room who you're with. Jake!
Jake, are you
You're
finished?
only communicating through the Desmos. You are asking yes or no questions.
Oh, wait, no. Ask Mr. Hudson.
Hi.
Mr. Hudson,
Jordan, I sent it to you.
Yeah, 711 was due yesterday, but 712 is not due till today. I told you guys to just rip them apart. I mean, if they're all done, you can turn them all in at this point. But hey, look, an extra computer charger. Huh?
Mr. Hudson.
I'm gonna put 711 in that.
Don't worry about it.
No, I didn't mean to do that.
It wasn't mine, sir.
Like, up and down,
It's missing in
like
my
this,
playbook right
or
now.
curve.
So I would turn it in.
Like,
Hey, Anna is pointing out. Give me just a second. That 711 was due yesterday, and to turn that in, you got to rip it apart of your, rip it off of your packet, or they all three have to be done. They don't all three have to be done. Though you can just rip it apart and turn in just 711.
Okay, because I did all three, but I didn't want to rip it, and I didn't, so I decided to wait.
You know, you could have paused to remove the staple.
I know, but there's no thing to do the whole thing.
not?
Connor,
I don't want to get this. Dang it.
thank you for finally raising your hand and asking. Right down, man.
Holy crap.
Go to student homepage. Go to student homepage. No code. Just go to student homepage.
Really poor like
Log in with Google.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's every time we go to Google, or every time we go to Desmos, man.
How does these lines have anything?
Sorry. You got my attention. Huh, exactly what you were just doing. Right down here. So scroll down a little bit. Go to student homepage. And then hit the tab log in Google, and then it'll pop up all your activities. Yep, that top one.
What do you call
Polygraph lines.
negative, like,
This is fun. Negative slope.
Up and down.
Yeah, also we can call it negative slope.
Yes or no question.
So I'm gonna start pulling random cards to get an idea of what questions we're able to ask about straight lines. So Amelia, what's one question we could ask to like whittle down the choices?
Is your card diagonal?
Yeah, is it like, is your line straight or diagonal? But that's dangerous because like
The other one you could do is, does your line go through the origin?
ooh, does your line go through the origin? Hold on, don't give them all. Don't give them all. Lily, what's a question we could ask?
Does it have a negative or positive slope?
So I can't tell who's asking and who's answering, but guys, I can see everything everyone's typing. So like Grant, I can see everything you're typing. So stop with the excessive nonsense unless you just don't want to do desmos the rest of the year. Up to you. If you are confused, you can come up here and I can show you what you typed that I'm annoyed about. If your question involves an LOL, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Renal, I apologize that Grant wanted to try to make this a big joke. Aiden, I apologize that it seems like Max did the same thing. Max, do we need to have a conversation about appropriate ways to like speak mathematically? Hmm? I don't think you did. You guys got it wrong. And saying bro dog. So guys, I get it. We had winter break and we're all kind of getting back into school mode. But I can see everything you are doing right now. Please don't make this like a game where I have to like drop the hammer. This is supposed to be an enjoyable activity, but the other person on the other side of the computer, if you're just being a goofball, you're just wasting their time. Patrick, really? Why are you asking about people when we're on the activity about lines? The question you asked to Grant is, does your person have a long sleeve shirt? When looking at lines. That was just an example because a lot of kids have played Guess Who with the people and you ask questions about the people. So, are we all squared away that this is a school activity for a math class and we're being serious here? Okay. Good job, Gus and Amelia. Good work.
I asked a good question with Jordan. And I got rid of like 95% of it.
Yes.
They're all straight.
Are you question asker or answerer? So you are clicking on the cards to eliminate based off the answers that you've gotten to the questions, but since they say I'm not sure, you probably have to ask like go on without eliminating. So unless you know some that you can get rid of.
The hard part is like that question would like mirror like a bunch stamp, and I tried to.
Walter, did you miss a class or two? Have you been absent?
It's nothing I can say yes or no.
So hold up, come up here. Because you keep saying I'm not sure, and we need to figure out why you're not sure.
Because it's only yes or no.
Yeah,
It's not like I don't.
I should've put
You
the-
need to phrase
sorry,
it in
sorry,
yes
sorry,
or no form.
Yeah.
He can literally only click yes, no, or I'm not sure. So just ask one question, not two questions.
Okay.
There we see. I was confused at why you seemed like you were confused.
Okay, now I get it.
Remember when I said lie detectors work with yes or no questions, and we're asking yes or no questions? It's all good. It's easy to forget, especially when we get excited. Are you going home, or are you just picking something up?
I think I'm just picking something up.
Everyone and Jake, good job. Is Jake paired up with anyone right now? Because I can hop on his computer.
I think me. I don't know if it ended.
How many times
I can
have you
take
done
over
it?
for Jake. Choose 2 cards.
Oh, I'm with you then.
Oh
he
wait,
already
no,
chose
never
one.
mind. It just ended right before you left.
I was good.
Man, I don't know why you chose that. Oh, okay.
Hello.
Why is she Diana?
Haha, now I get to partner with Grant. Alright, Grant, ask me yes or no questions. Yes or no questions, bro.
Jake's done.
You're with Grant. He's
Okay.
asking a question.
Just for fun.
What?
It's a grammar. Oh wait, no way.
I like that from half a second, you know exactly what
Start
it is.
giving
Wait, was it actually Verlaine?
Yeah.
I'm very lucky today. I guessed what Miss Power was going to say, and then I won every time in bingo. We played 3 rounds.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
3.
No.
See if you can figure it out in one more question.
I'm
Because then we're gonna check answers to homework.
I already got it.
Hey Max, staring across the room doesn't do any good.
Yeah, we got it.
So as you finish your current round, let's check your homework for what 712 is due. But I think we checked 712 yesterday, didn't we? I'm not sure. Yeah, because we talked about the cars going the same speed regardless of weight. We talked about being undefined. So if you are ready to check answers to 713, there's your answer to 713. If anyone has questions to 712, I will take questions since that homework is due today.
Yes. Grant guessed it. There's 2 options left and you guessed it.
I removed the
Well, because I picked a vertical line, right? And it's a bit. Were you still doing the one that I had picked? That vertical
no,
line?
I was doing a I was doing up and down one.
Oh, hello. Oh. Owen, what's taking you so long to answer? I'm thinking. It was hard to see. It was so small. I'm not looking. I can't see it.
just saying. Maybe your partner can see. Wait, oh dang, I said it wrong. Wait. That's fine.
Are we feeling like we're getting better at asking questions about the lines to more quickly narrow things down?
No. Yes.
Because we want to be trying to be as efficient as possible.
Oh, Jake. Oh, Brenda. You literally.
So just to point it out, I know what you mean by is it a straight line, but all lines are straight.
Yeah, you didn't mean to say that.
All lines are straight. You mean is it horizontal,
You chose
vertical?
Let's figure that happened.
Amelia, why are you upset?
Because he asked if mine was up and down, and then he chose one to eliminate that was. I said no, he chose one to eliminate that was sideways.
Yeah, I did that too. I mixed up the glasses because you're dressed.
So this is a perfect point. Hey, I'll open it back up and you guys can keep playing during extensions. All you have to do is get somebody else to join the activity with you. Go back to your student homepage. Oh yeah, I have to unpause to get you back, but then I'm pausing it again. So go back to student homepage. Go back to student homepage. I really don't like when you do that, but go back to student homepage, Lily. Wow, called on Lily, 10 people talk. Lily. No. So the biggest thing is if you have like a line that doesn't even get close to most of the points, you need to have it sloped so it tries to go through most of the points. Because I could draw a lot of different lines here that have 3 points above and 3 points or 2 points below and go through one. Like I could do 2 points above, 2 points below. The trick is trying to get the closest you can to all of the points. So all of 30 is a little bit approximate. All of question 30 is a little bit approximate. 721 polygraph lines part 2 is looking at after a class did their polygraph activity, we're trying to help them out with a few things. So you should be out of polygraph lines part 1. If you're not, sorry, I'm about to pause it again. We should be getting into polygraph lines part 2. If people have questions about the homework, we can talk about it, but I want to go ahead and let you start the polygraph, the second activity. And then I will reopen polygraph part 1 before you guys leave class, but I swear to you, if you're doing it in language arts and you get me in trouble, we're going to have a conversation. One of those not fun conversations. About trust and academic behavior. Yeah, but it's got to be math and math class and language arts and language arts class, unless you're told otherwise. So we're still waiting on Amelia and Lily to get into the new... You're okay. You're okay. I'm just saying, just making sure you guys are finding it all right. So in this activity, we have questions about what the other kids did and said, and we want to try to kind of clean things up for them. Connor, double check what you typed on slide 2. Grows by 4 slide. You said over 4, up 4? I don't think that's what you meant. Oh, no, I read that too fast, but he said grows. I see what you mean. What are you talking about growing?
Yeah, because like it could be an overflow. All the plants grow up, so it's gonna...
Ooh, referencing specific to X or Y coordinates. Right, what is it that is growing? Nice, Colin. Careful with slope being positive versus negative. It's easy to fall in the trap door of just saying, oh yeah, that's the number, when you got to be careful, are we going up or going down? Make sure we're reading carefully when we're trying to match a slope. We should have the same slope. cough, cough, nudge, nudge, Clarence.
I'm redoing it.
You're making it harder than it needs to be.
Does mine make sense?
Which slide?
Too. That's the same thing. What?
I mean, your answer's great, assuming that they both have like the same teacher and use the same vocabulary. But if they've had different teachers and maybe talk about grow differently, that might still be a tiny bit tricky. Do you know what I mean?
I guess.
The whole point of them asking that question is using the word grows a good word to use, or would there be a better way to say it?